Hello, Namaste, everyone, my student. Today I am going to teach you living beings of chapter 3 from class 6. I am Krishna Didal from NPABSAN Kaski. Now let's go to our chapter. Our chapter is living beings. I hope you all have heard this word from very small classes. From class 2, class 3, I think we are familiar with this word, living beings. In your mind, what does it come? What does a living being called? You think living beings that can grow, that can eat. We have a little knowledge about this. But now in this class, we are going to elaborate about what are the living beings, what are the categories of it, what are its characteristics, and among them there are different type of living beings, and we are going to describe each of them thoroughly according to their livelihood, according to the adaptation, and according to the feeding habitat. So let's see what are the living beings and what are the characteristics of the living beings. So in our book also you can see there are many listed characteristics of the living beings, and among them I have sought here the important ones. Character of the living beings, and the number one is movement. Student, what do you think? What about movement? This is the holiday time, and you are day by day, you are running here and there, walking here and there, coming with your uncle, aunties, going to market, going to shopping. You are doing different sort of things. And that is one of the most important characteristics of the living beings. Either it is animal, either it is woman, or either it is a plant. They all have a special character, that is movement. And it is common for all the living beings. And these all characters I have listed here, like movement, respiration, feel, growth, reproduction, nutrition, excision. This is not seen in the non-living things. From the general characteristics of living beings, you can especially distinguish between living and non-living things. The character which are living beings have, the same character non-living beings will not have. Now let's go to the second point, that is respiration. Respiration means what? First of all, we should know the definition of the respiration. Respiration is simply defined for a class. I would like to simply define as the process of inhaling of oxygen and exhaling of carbon dioxide by using your mouth, windpipe, and lungs. But different living beings have different mode of respiration. Like movement, we run by our legs. Animal run by using four limbs and hind limbs both. But we human, we run by using our hind limbs. Likewise, in respiration process, we are human beings. We respire through our lungs. We take oxygen from this green environment, and that oxygen enters from our windpipe, reaches to the lung, and the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide takes place, and the carbon dioxide is exhaled through our nose. Likewise, in frog, you can see respiration through the skin, and in fishes, we can see respiration takes place by gills. So, likewise, this is the basic character. These are the basic character which every living being consists of, but the mode may be different. In case of plant also, respiration takes place, but they don't have lungs, but they don't have gills, they don't have skin to respire, but they have their own mechanism. But the main theme is that they also respire. In movement also, you will be confused. Sir, we run here and there. Cow runs here, dog runs here, but tree doesn't move. That is the thing in your mind. But we can easily say plant also move, because plant is living being and movement is the character of the living being. So plant will absolutely move. I will give an example. The roots of the plant move in the way where they found minerals and water. If we dig the soil, we can see like that. And in case of light also, the plants tend to move towards where the light is seen. We can do this in our laboratory also. A simple plant placed in a dark room tries to move towards the window in search of light. In that way, we can see the movement in plants, movement in animals. Like respiration also, they respire through their stomatas. Now the next thing is feel. Feel is a simple word I have used over here. In your book, it may be stimuli or sensational, anything you can say. But the main theme is feel. What a living being feel. Living being can feel many things, like it may feel pain, it may feel happiness, it may feel sorrow, it may feel anger, anything it can feel. So feel is also characteristic of living beings. We are also living beings, animals are also living beings, and plants are also living beings. So all we have the characteristic of the feeling. I'll give you example. If we prick our skin, it feels pains. If we tickle our stomach, we feel happiness. Likewise, if we beat animal, it will produce a sound. Like it has own character of the sound. What we say aya, then it may show ba, like that. And for plant also, it may feel. Scientists have found that the plants have also characteristics of feeling, but the main thing is that they don't have sense organ like us. So the real feeling, they cannot express their feeling. They cannot respond to the stimuli. Stimuli means change in the environment. They cannot respond to you, but they have their own glands. They do this sensation of feelings towards their gland, while we humans or other animals, they have sense organ. They sense it and respond to the stimuli. These are the main key characteristics of the living beings. And another characteristic of the living beings is growth. Growth is very easy thing. All of you feel that when you were born, your head is also not in a proper manner. You don't have ears. You don't have beard. Nothing. You are very small. You cannot stand it properly. Now see, you are now in class 6. Soon or later you will be reaching to the adolescent stage. So a different kind of growth is seen in a living being's body. Likewise, in your body, you have physically growth. You have very long hair. You may have very long nails. You have very big teeth. Your height is more. You have gained more weight than your birth. That is the growth. Likewise, in animals also, you see a small baby cow is called calf, and when it becomes adult, you say that cow. That is the growth. And plant also. You say you have seen very smaller plant in your house. After some month, it grows, it gives you fruit from where you eat. This is the thing. The only difference here, but in growth case, plant and animals have two special characteristics. Like animals, after reaching certain age, after reaching a maturity period, they stop growing. But in plant case, growth is unlimited. That means until its life, it keeps up growing and growing. There is no stopping or no controlling of growth in plants. These things, the distinction between plants and animals, will be reading in next class also. But now the main thing is, what we got? If anything that is living being, that has a movement. That must have movement. If it doesn't have, it is not living being. That is non-living beings. Similarly, if anything respires, that is living beings. If anything feels, that is living beings. If anything grows, that is living. Either it may be plant, it may be animal, it may be living on land, it may be living on sky. From small bacteria to larger elephants, big whales, all are living beings. Now, the next character of the living being is reproduction. This thing may be new for class 6 student, reproduction. What is reproduction? I think anyone can define or may not define, because reproduction is a very vast thing. But in your class, for your class, the small definition or very first definition that you can remember easily is reproduction means giving birth to new one. That means a man gives birth of a man. Boy giving a birth of boy or girl is different thing. But a man gives birth to a man. The process of giving new one which have the character of similar to his parents, that is the reproduction. Reproduction in animals Some give directly to the babies, some give birth directly to the babies, while some lays eggs. But every living beings reproduce. In plant also, do you see how plant? Can you guess how a plant can reproduce? You must have seen, all of you have seen the seeds of the plant. That is the main theme for the reproduction of the plants. So, if anything that is living beings, that certainly reproduces. Now, nutrition. Nutrition, firstly you may guess nutrition means vitamin, minerals, iron, like that you may feel. But here under the heading characteristics of the living beings, nutrition means taking or intaking of those things which you eat. That means simply nutrition means food. We eat food. Why we eat food? We eat food so that we may get energy, we can grow, we can fight against diseases. That is the nutrition. The mode may different. Likewise, we may eat, some eat grass, some animal eat grass. Some people there are who are vegetarian, they also eat only grass. Some are non-veg, they eat meat. Some eat both of them. They are omnivorous. There are different modes. Likewise, food. How generally animals get food? Animals are living beings. And how they get food? They generally, all animals in the world depend on plants for the food. Now you guess, now you can say plant is also a living thing. How it get foods? In case of plant, a plant has got a special character, special thing in its body, that is chlorophyll. It is the thing from which it can make it food. It is present in the leaf of the plant, and when a sunlight reaches to that leaf, it makes its own food. It makes its own food. So this character, where a living being can make its own food is called autotrophism. In animal, they depend on plant. That means if the living beings depend on other, then that is called heterotrophs. If they don't depend on anything but they can make their own food, that is called autotroph. These are the mode of nutrition, but both should eat, either plant, either animal, either human, either insect, either fish, either frog. That doesn't matter. They all are living beings, and if they are living beings, they must eat. Why they must eat? They must eat to grow, to develop themselves, to make themselves strong in physical side, mental side, spiritual side, in every aspect. And the last, let's go to the excretion. Now, what is excretion? First, again we remember for the nutrition. Nutrition means food that we take, the food which we eat. For example, you have eaten rice. Now from rice you get the important nutrient for your body. It is absorbed in stomach, small intestine, large intestine. Like from rice you generally get carbohydrate. Now after every carbohydrate is taken by our body, now there is the remaining portion of the rice. So here where it should go? It must go to the toilet. You all of go to toilet. You go toilet for urination and short toilet and long toilets. So these are the processes of excretion. And one thing you may not know, now this is summer season. You have been sweating all day. That is also a mode of excretion. From sweating also you do excretion. Generally going to toilet is the mode of excretion. So why we should excrete? We should excrete those food which we eat, but only after digestion. When our body gets complete nutrition from that body, then the remaining portion must be expelled out from our body through the anus. That process is called excretion. I think you have got everything. So let's recall the main important characteristics of the living beings. This is the main feature we can distinguish between living and non-living. Living beings have movement, living beings have respiration, living beings feel, living beings grow, living beings reproduction, living beings nutrition, and living beings excretion. You can recall movement. I will short by short. I will say you movement. Movement means moving from one place to another. You can guess easily. You run in the playground. That is the character of the living. And I have already told different animals have different mode of movement. It will be discussed in the later classes also. But shortly I have discussed about in case of plant also, in case of animals also. I have given you the characteristics of the movement. And another is respiration, inhaling of O2 and throwing out carbon dioxide. That is also respiration. And another is feeling. In your book, it may be stimulation or sensational. That's the same thing. If someone responds to the change in the environment, like as you are staying like this and someone pinches you here, it's the change in your body. What do? You react. You feel the pain and you react. But if someone scratches your stomach, then you feel happiness, but you react. Absolutely react. That is a character called feel. And this character, every living must have. If the things that do not have this character, if any of this character is missing, that is not a proper living beings. Now another is growth. Growth means you know from baby, now you are adolescent, after that you will be young, after that you will be adult, then mid-age, then old. That is growth. And another is reproduction, giving birth to new babies. You are born by your father and mother. A calf is born by a cow. Likewise, everything, even a small plant are born from the seed of the adult plant. That is the reproduction. And nutrition means the mode of eating. That is called nutrition, from where you get different type of nutrient. And another is the excretion. That means after we get nutrition from the food we intake, that must be thrown out, because that is useless for our body. So why should we take useless thing in our body? So we do excretion. That is also a characteristic of the livings. You have to recall this. And minimum of 6 characters you must know for your exam also, or for your knowledge also, and for your higher class also. You must know minimum of 6 characters from this topic. Among the characteristics of living beings, you must read, write, and must be able to define, and that is your homework also. If you have any problem, if you have any issues, you can comment in the box below. Thank you.